I've spent the last 5 years creating content and marketing campaigns for small businesses, and these are the 5 things that I don't do when I create content. Number 1 is to forget about white space. Now, white space, or what's called negative space, is something that can actually make the prominent piece of your design pop. And by neglecting it, it's actually a great way to make your audience feel completely overwhelmed. Number 2 is to use more than 3 fonts. Typically, when you're building your brand guide, you want to stick to about 2 or 3 fonts that really capture your brand. And when you start to throw in more than 3 fonts into a design, it looks a little chaotic and very unprofessional. Number 3 is centered text. When you have longer pieces of text like paragraphs, it can be really difficult to read. Pick a direction. I personally prefer the left side alignment because it looks more like what you normally see in a book or in a newspaper, and it's easier to read. Number 4 is not proofreading. Now, when I first started, I was terrible about this. I would get a text a week from my wife that said, "Hey, you misspelled this thing in your post." A couple of mistakes here or there is okay. But if there's a lot of mistakes, you have to address them. When you consistently make errors, it can really start to hurt the trust that your audience has in you. Number 5 is to use a ton of colors. When you put together your brand, you want to create some form of continuity in using your colors. That way, when you start showing up in different places, they're going to recognize your brand based on the colors, based on your logo, based on your fonts. For more tips on building better content and creating marketing that actually sticks, give me a follow.